is a command. We get you all you want. You want your dream to come true, then give us just a call. Here for convenience of the people, I will give you all you want. Bring Dr. Africa, is your gonna give you best note. I never knew children. And dream gonna come true if you really wanna make it. And give yourself the best news. Don't worry, bring Dr. Africa is here, I will got you. I'm sure after all you're gonna come back and tell us thank you.
Visit printdrafrica.com to kickstart your dream book project today, or call us on 0811 379 1419 or 070 3046 5088. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok at print.africa. Your dream is our command. My name is Ayodeji Ebadan, and I am the founder of Print Dr. Africa. I'm so excited to have you here this evening. And it's been quite a while we had this kind of interaction. And I'm so excited because at Print Dr. Africa, we do not just want to help you publish your books. We also want to ensure that you are doing well and you are making sales, because it's not enough to have made books, to have published, to have written books. It is even more important to have these books in the hands of those who need it. And I did a trial sometimes in December. I did a trial in December just to see, because whatever challenges you are facing as authors, I can assure you that I am also facing the same. So I did a trial. I decided to accept invitations to speak at physical events in December, and I was shocked at the result. I discovered that people bought more of my books when they experience me than when I even make Facebook posts. So I thought, oh, events are better to sell books. With my discovery, I felt it was not right to just keep this discovery to myself. It was not right to keep this to myself. I thought I should also share this. Okay. Okay, I'm just seeing a message from one of our bosses. Yes. But we'll talk about it, sir. Mr. Dagatola, I really appreciate you very much. I'm seeing the message on my phone now, and I'll definitely consult you after this. So basically, I felt that we should talk to one another about this and see how we can project the great work that we have in our hands. Now, when I thought about this, what came to my mind is, how many of us will really get invitations to speak? How many of us will get invitations? So for those who are on the Wealthy Authors Network, I sent a message before we decided to have this event that, a lot of us will not get invitations. And so if you will not get invitations, it is very important that you create your own events. Events will work whether you are an invited guest or you created the event yourself every time. So I'm going to share with us in just a few minutes from now, and then we can start to relate together. So for many people who have encountered me, for many of us, we have spoken, we've done business together, but you don't really know who I am. I thought I should share this with you. My name is Ayodeji Ebadan, and I'm the founder of Print Dr. Africa. Most people know me as just the Print Doctor. All right, so I thought I should introduce myself a lot better. Okay, I'm the founder of Print Dr. Africa, Nigeria's leading self-publishing and print-on-demand company. As a company, we have helped more than 600 authors become published in more than 30 states in Nigeria and more than 10 countries of the world. I am an author of 6 books myself. I started to write my 7th book last year. It's a business fiction book. It's a unique book, but I've not had the time to finish it. So it's still 6 books at this time. But I believe that The seventh book will be launched this year. As an individual and as a leader of a business, I have organized more than 20 events, summits, conventions. Some of us have been at our events, both physical and digital events, summits, conventions. I've been part of book, I've organized book launches, at least for myself, and I've done countless concerts. That should tell you that I'm a musician. So I'm a musician myself. I play 5 instruments. I'm a music producer. I do that on the side. We also own our own studio at this time. All right. So I've done several concerts, uncountable concerts that I've organized, you know. So I'm not, it's not a strange thing to me. Um, Organizing events is not strange to me. And I have over 17 years working experience. Some of you already know that I was an engineer with Nestle until I resigned. I did that for 8 years and I resigned in 2015. And here we are today. All right, let's go into the business of the day. Okay, here we are. So we ask ourselves, why events? Straight to business. Why events? Why do you have to have events in the first place?
No.
I'm giving you 5 reasons today. The first thing is promotion. I'm talking about organizing your events now, not just attending events. The first thing is it's important to have your own events so that you can promote your work and increase visibility. In the periods that we've done business, every time we have had our authors business summit and our conventions, we have had a lot of progress. Like even our social media platforms get tangible visibility every time we have these events. Okay, so you should have events, your own events, to promote your work and increase your visibility. Number 2 is to have more control. Some of us have been to events that are not ours. I've had a own share, you know, of events that are not mine. And when it's time to speak, they change the game entirely. Sometimes they push us. So when the important people, like maybe there are some big people who attended and they make sure you don't speak, there is a lot, you don't have control over an event that is not yours. At certain times, of course, at events that I'm invited to, a beautiful time. I have had more beautiful times than the bad times. Okay. I've had more beautiful times than the bad times. But the truth is, once an event is not your event, you are not, you're definitely not having control over everything happening there. All right. You're not having control over everything happening there. So it's important to have your own events so that you can have control over the plan, over the content, over the timing. All right. You can even have these events according to your needs, your preferences, and your messaging. There are things, all of us have agenda. If you're an author, if you're a writer, don't tell me you don't have agenda. All of us have agenda. We have our political preferences. We have spiritual preferences. There are certain things you cannot say in certain places because it's not your place. All right. But if you, okay, I have a monthly event, a spiritual event, monthly event. And last month, I said some things there. And I told them, I said, if you invite me to another church, I can't say this kind of things. Even when I preach in the church I attend, I can't say this kind of things because they will probably think maybe I'm trying to ruffle some feathers. They want to play safe. But if this event is my event, the event that I organized, I can say, I can control the narrative. I can push forth the agenda that I believe is correct, is right. All right. So control is very important. The third one is networking, because when you have events, you attend, you organize, you speak, it's important that you network. It gives you platforms to network. And most especially if you are organizing the event, you have the the opportunity to put forth your best foot as both an organizer and as a speaker. Some people speak excellently but cannot do excellent work. If people see you at your event, that you don't just speak excellently, you are also able to create an excellent event, or produce an excellent product. You have an excellent team. They can see your total potential when you organize the events. It's easy to attend another person's event and speak and talk about excellence, and you share many things about Nigeria's leaders. But when it's your event and they see the excellent touch with which you put everything together, they have an idea. People have an idea about you. You can network upwards, you can network sideways, you can network downwards, and people will still respect you. Number 4 is audience engagement. Your events allow you to engage with your audience in a more personal way. You can interact in a way that can help you build a loyal following and increase your reader engagement. So, and the final one is organizing your own events can give you additional income. Organizing your own events can give you serious additional income. So from your event, there are events you attend and they tell you, sorry, you cannot sell your book here. Sorry, you cannot sell your courses here. Sorry, this is supposed to be a spiritual event and we don't want you to promote anything. And it's their event. But if it's your event, you can generate additional income through your book sales. You can upsell your coaching programs, your consulting program, and then even tell people that you are open to speak at their events. Once they have encountered you, they are open to inviting you to their events, and then you get paid for those invitations. So there are 2 phases. So there are three phases in this presentation. I've talked about the why. Now I want to talk about the organizer, the person, you. The 4 C's of an event, effective event organizer, the 4 C's, and they are shown on the screen: courage, collaboration, charisma, and communication. You need these 4. Let's go into it. First of all, you need courage to organize your event, to organize an event in the first place. If you're not courageous, courage is the absence of fear. It is the mastery. It is what you do despite being afraid. Trust me, I know what I'm talking about. I've organized more than 20 events. I'm able to count them. It's definitely much more than that. In the last 1.5 years, I've done more than 16 already. All right, I've done more than 16. I did the 17th event last month, and then if you add all the conventions, so I can say, give or take, my entire life, I've personally organized nothing less than 50 events. It takes courage to organize events because you have to pick concepts from the thing here. Let me tell you, there's nothing special about the big people. They just have the courage. When you see someone who is organizing massive events and is saying that some are not even free, like this is a free event, okay? Some are not even free, like you have to pay 100,000. There is an event coming up somewhere in a fantastic 5-star hotel in Lagos. One of us in the Wealthy Authors Network is going to be speaking there, and this young guy has the courage to charge 80,000 naira. If you have seen the flyers for this event, please raise your hand. This is a name I've never heard before. 2 things: he had the courage to go to the hotel and negotiate that I want to have a sales event here. Not just that. I mean, for me, if I'm going to do that, I'm likely going to be subsidizing. No, this guy is going for the jugular. 80,000 naira, or you don't have a place in that event. That is not a joke, ladies and gentlemen. But it requires courage. This guy probably doesn't even have as much experience as you have, doesn't have as much connections as you have, probably doesn't even have as much followership or network like you do have. But you've not been courageous enough to host your own event. So the first thing, it's all about you right now. You have to be courageous. The next one that I think every person needs to have is charisma. All right, people follow what they see. People follow what they see. Do you get it? You don't have to necessarily be the best speaker. You don't have to necessarily. You cannot even be the best speaker in the world. There are hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of fantastic, well-trained speakers. They don't even they go for it like, but then to follow you, you need the charisma. You need to show character. You need to show that people that you have what it takes to carry them along. You have what it takes to deliver value. People will evaluate you by your charisma even before you show up, even before they buy your product, even before they come want to see what you can do. They want to see how you can carry people along. Yes, the third one I'm changing the order a little bit, is collaboration. A lot of people like to do things alone. I am very guilty of that. But trust me, I have also had fantastic results from collaborations. In fact, there is an idea in my mind right now I wanted to share with the president of Association of Nigerian Authors, but sorry, I'm back. I'm back. Okay, I left for just a moment, but I'll be right back with you in just a moment. Okay. I just want to share the screen again. Can you see my screen? Can you see my screen?
Yes, we can.
All right. So I'll go on. So collaboration, there's so much that you can do
Yes, we
alone.
can.
Thank you so much. There's so much you can achieve alone. Being a lone ranger limits your reach. So collaboration is very important. You have to be one that can work with a team. Sometimes you work with your team, sometimes you work with another team, but you must be able to collaborate. And the final one is you must develop your communication skills. You must be able to say what you want to say, what you desire to say, without so many words. One of the things I love the most about one of the managers I worked with while I was an employee was that he has this ability to say so much with so little words, very few words, and it goes straight for the jugular. You do not have any doubt as to what he has in mind. Absolutely no doubt. And that's very important. In my family, sometimes I review with my wife, and because she engages the children a lot more. If you're married, you will know that there is absolutely no way you can engage the children more than your wife if you are not in dysfunctional, you're in a normal home, all right? Women have the gifting to do this. And sometimes I just call her back and say, look, I know you're trying to raise our children, and believe me, nobody can do a better job than you. But it is more important to give clear instruction, to communicate exactly what is in your mind than assume that they will understand. I know they're supposed to be intelligent. They're supposed to be normal children. They should understand. But if your instructions are coded, it will take more effort and time. And if they don't have that time, they're going to implement what they thought you are saying not because they understand, but based on their understanding. So if you're going to be a fantastic event organizer, an effective events organizer, you need to be able to communicate in words, in emails, in Facebook, social media posts. You must be able to say exactly what you want to achieve, why people should attend. For example, you must be able to communicate why they should attend, what the results, what they will get from it, why you are organizing the event, how to join the event. For a lot of times, I'm sure almost nobody has any difficulty joining this event. Okay, if you have any difficulty joining the event, it's probably because maybe you don't know how to use Zoom, and that's off my shoulders. But the fact is that I've communicated well ahead that I first said I shared the flyer, I shared when we're going to have it, and I said I was going to share the platform that we're using. Okay, I shared. So it's very straightforward. There is absolutely nothing to doubt. Okay, no doubt about how to join this event and why we're doing this. So four, um, these four C's, if you can imbibe them, if you can develop yourself in these forces, you will be an effective event organizer. And so we're going to talk about the key steps for organizing effective events. All right. Key steps for organizing effective events. And once we're done with these, we are done for the evening. All right. The first thing is you must set clear objectives. What do you want to achieve? You don't have to promote or publicize this, but it's very important for you to know from the get-go, why do you want to do what you're doing? What do you want to achieve at the end of this? Almost everyone who has seen my communication knows that I want you to sell more books. That's why I'm doing this. This is the primary reason I am doing this. I'm a publisher. I could have just taken all these things for myself. I'm an author myself. I want to sell books. I want to make money. I want to make residual income. But I want you to also do the same. I want everyone that has published with us to sell their books. If you finish selling your books, you will come back and print more. Mr. Dagatola's book, we're doing his second print of his latest book right now. In fact, it is ready in my office. The only challenge is that elections are tomorrow. I'll have delivered it tomorrow. It took the first set to Europe and sold out completely. That is our own joy. So we want you to sell. So there you have to understand and set your clear objectives from the get-go, even before you communicate. So it will help you to plan the event and then determine the key metrics for success. Secondly, you need to create a detailed plan. Please don't do things anyhow. If you don't have a plan, you'll probably fail and you would not even know. Okay, a plan helps you to know how to use your resources, to know how to take good steps, to know how to take good steps, to know how to be organized. Like I talked about, like when people encounter you, your event, they will know that you are not just a speaker of excellence or but you are also one who executes with excellence. A plan helps you to achieve this. So you plan the timelines, like a Gantt chart for those who are familiar with project management, a Gantt chart. When are we going to do what? How much are we going to spend? Where are we? Who are we inviting? Am I speaking alone? Who is speaking alongside with me? And all of that. All of that will be in the plan. The third one is identify your target audience. Let me use this one as an example. If you have seen the messages that I've sent across, I have particularly targeted people who have published with us. This is why. This is why. We have the events that we share with the entire world. We have those events. If you remember, in 2020, for those who have been in the Wealthy Authors community in 2020, throughout the lockdown period, I was having events. I was organizing events for us online like this. We were talking, we're having fun, we were um, encouraging one another. We were staying together as a network just to keep ourselves safe and sane throughout the lockdown. Many of us were in different locations all over the world, but we were staying in touch. That is exactly what we're doing now again. We do this special event, we do it so much so that this one is not for the world. If you look at my status, right now, I shared the flyer there and I whetted their appetite by telling them that this event is not for all and sundry. You are seeing this flyer for the first time, but it is not new to certain people. This is specifically for people who have published with us. We believe you're special. Where we don't disperse our resources anyhow for people who don't believe in us. You believe in us. You believed in us. You still believe in us. You brought in your resources. The least we can do is to support you in ways, in this kind of ways. So this particular event is targeted at people who have published their books with us. And so you have to understand your target audience. I have not invited any of you to attend my worship hangout event. Okay, so this t-shirt I'm wearing is the t-shirt for worship hangout. We have a different set of people we invite to worship hangout. I'm a music minister, I sing, I preach, but I don't invite you to that. It's an event that goes on month in, month out. I have a separate team for that. You are not the target audience. You are the target audience for this kind of event. So you must determine who are the people you are expecting and inviting. It will help you tailor your event to their needs and their interests. Imagine that I brought you in here now, then I set up the music studio and my band is playing and we are worshiping and we're speaking in tongues. How are you going to feel? Because I just believe that I can bring anybody from anywhere to any event and do anything. That will not work. So it's important for you to identify your target audience. The fourth one is choose the platform. Choose the platform. It is important for you to choose your platform. How is it going to work? Do you want to have a physical event or a digital event or a hybrid event? All right. Is it a digital, physical, or hybrid? Hybrid is both digital and physical. It's very important for you to choose your platform. If it's going to be a physical event only, you need to determine which hall you'll be using. Why do you want to use the hall? What kind of people are you expecting? Are you expecting sophisticated people? What are you going to be giving them? Or you want to use a digital platform, for example. For me, I like Google Meet, for example, because I think the to to stream on YouTube is pretty seamless, and it is also much cheaper. It also gives you some great access to Google Drive and all of that. But Zoom is more seamless when it comes to the delivery, sharing of slides, sharing of audios, sharing of videos. It's much smoother. So you need to determine, what do you want? Why do you want to use Zoom? Why do you want to use Google Meet? Why do you want, whatever it is you want to use? It's very important for you to decide, not on the day of the event, but way ahead of time. All right, so that is the end of my presentation this evening. I hope you have picked one thing or the other, and I hope you are making up your mind to organize your own events. So the first thing we talked about, I'll do a quick wrap up. We talked about why you should do your events. And then we talked about the qualities that you should have as an event organizer. That's the qualities you have for you to become an effective organizer. And then the the key steps to planning an effective event. Do we have any questions this evening? Do we have any questions? Because I don't want to keep you longer than necessary. You may unmute if you want, if you have any questions at this time. Okay, while you're preparing your questions, I want to share with you, I have a webinar coming up next week Sunday. And it's for people that are interested in business. You are either you're an employee, you're hoping to start your own business, you are a business owner already and you want to scale, or you do not have any idea, no work experience whatsoever, or you want to start your business. Yes, Nigeria belongs to such people right now. No experience, but you know that you cannot survive in this particular economy if you don't start your own business. It's important for you to join this free webinar. And it is titled How to Start and Run a Profitable Business Even with Little or No Work Experience. I will be sharing amazing tips that will blow your mind and get you empowered to start your business by avoiding a lot of the pitfalls that make people feel ahead of time. It's Sunday, March 26th by 6 p.m. and we're going to be using digital platform just like this. All you have to do is register on ayodejebado.com/webinar and you're in. ayodejebado.com/webinar. This one is for the entire world. Every single African or every single member of the world. If 7 billion people register, I'm very excited about it. So if you are here and you really think you need this, please visit that website right now. We've come to the end of this presentation. Any questions?
Your dream is a command, we get you all you want. You want your dream to come true, then give us just a call. Here for convenience of the people, I will give you all you want. Bring Dr. Africa, is your gonna give you best nut. I never need children. Your dream's gonna come true if you really wanna make it and give yourself the best news. Don't worry, bring Dr. Africa is here, I will got you. I'm sure after all you're gonna come back and tell us thank you.
Visit springdoctorafrica.com to kickstart your dream book project today, or call us on 0811-379-1419 or 070-3046-5088. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok at Spring Doctor Africa. Your dream is our command.